I'm going to quickly share something with you.
Yeah.
Again, why I'm also sharing this with the audience is for us to know how our minds and our bodies function, and that will tie so beautifully with EFT and letting it go. I'll give you a timeline. In June, I got the news that the cancer in my mother's body had come back. And when I heard about that, and we knew that it was a little aggressive this time around, it had gone for about 2.5 years and then it came back. I was like, oh, okay, we'll deal with it. And I was very stoic and I was like, okay, this needs to be done. And this is her pain. And, I can only support her. I tried to intellectualize all of it. And I was fine. We were doing what needed to be done. In July, my stomach went for an absolute toss. Like, to the point where I actually fainted thrice at home because it was so bad one night and my BP fell and I just fainted and all of that. And through all of this, I went to the doctors. I went to multiple doctors. One of the doctors gave me such heavy antibiotics that my entire stomach lining burnt. And then I'm doing healing and I'm doing everything and nothing's helping. One day I woke up and I couldn't walk from my bed to the bathroom because I just couldn't walk. And through all of this, Farida, I realized that I was avoiding going and seeing my mother because I didn't want to I didn't want to face the reality that this had happened to her. It had come back. It was aggressive. And I didn't want to see my fear. Let's just cut everything. The truth is, I didn't want to see my fear. What did my body do? It literally hit my legs so that I could not move. I could not physically go and see her. It gave me a reason.
Yeah.
And then around the same time when we did our EFT session, I was really frustrated. And one day I just sat in my meditation and I asked myself, I said, okay, this has got to do with my stomach, with my digestion. What is it that I'm not being able to digest? Tell me what is it that I'm not able to digest, because it can't be possible. I'm on medication, I'm on healing. There are two different healers working on me. Nothing is working. Tell me what's going on. The first thing that came up was anger. So I was like, what am I angry about? And around that period, I was also doing a very important choreography project. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm angry at my crew, I'm angry at my clients. And the answer said no. So I was like, then what am I angry about? I was angry at myself. So I was like, why am I angry at myself? Because I felt helpless about the situation and I couldn't help. I couldn't help my mother's situation. And I'm like, okay, so feeling helpless, what am I suppressing? How does this make me feel? The answer was fear. And the root cause was fear because I didn't face my fears about the possibility of losing my mother.
Yeah.
The day I became aware of that is when the shift began. And then we did our EFT session. So it almost complemented that. Okay. And then I suffered for 2.5 months. I suffered and I was like, nothing's helping me. Maybe I'm thinking that, okay, maybe cancer's genetic. What if I've caught it? I'm thinking everything. But it was all like, we think a physical symptom is just one thing. But when you actually pull the string, you realize your body, your energy will take you to the root cause.
Yes.
And that's what we are talking about here today, that your emotions actually guide everything. Sometimes we just, like we say, we don't even see ourselves. I didn't want to see myself as this scared child. So I pushed him to the side and I said, no, this adult is saying that we will deal with it. But no, you have to look at yourself. And that's what it is. And when energy is blocked, it just comes into so many different illnesses.
Yes.
Physical illnesses, mental illnesses, whatever we speak about. Absolutely. I think this is what this is all about.
Absolutely. And you use something, in your sharing, you said something about the adult. To do this work, there has to be a strong adult in place.
Yeah.
The adult needs to be strong and very present. Because see, working with the inner child, okay, that can only happen if the adult is there. Who's assuring that inner child? There's nobody external. This adult is assuring that. So this adult needs to be in a good space to work in the inner child.
Correct.
Work with the inner children. Okay. So whenever you sit to work with yourself, see that you are in a space where you're able to hold those emotions for you.
Correct.
Because your emotions need to be held, not healed. Most of the times it just needs to be held. So hold it. Are you able to? Is the adult strong enough to do it? Otherwise, don't do the work.
Yeah.
So thank you for saying that, because this is exactly where it shifted for you, right?
Right.
When the adult took charge,
Yeah.
adult is doing the healing, adult goes to work, adult does everything.
Right.
Child will not do that.
Right.
But the child needs to be assured, our inner child needs to be assured, okay, she's there, he's there. They
It's
are going
safe
to,
to be.
it's safe to be, it's safe to bring up all those emotions. But it does go into the deep.
Right.
It goes into the deep, and like how?
Right.
Like even past lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does go. It works on vows, oaths, curses, past lives. You can name it. It works on everything.
Right.